Hello buddies, welcome to Voiceovers series. And now I'll say what kinds of mics are required to record your voiceovers. What are the different kinds of mics? There are a lot and a few different kinds of mics that people use to do voiceovers. There are many based on your budget and based on your requirement. You can choose your mics. We have USB microphone. It's a plug and play device. This kind of mic plugs directly fits into a computer's USB port and captures above average sound, which means that the above average sounds are captured through this kind of USB microphones. It's ideal for low budget podcasting and entry level voiceover work, maybe at home or through your mobile or through a laptop or some kind of devices that you have at home. You can plug and play using these microphones, which are called USB microphone. And the dynamic broadcast microphone, generally used in radio station for broadcasting. Dynamic broadcasting microphones have a warm sound with slightly less detailed sounding upper frequencies. And these mics are often installed in radio stations for multi-person setups. Suppose there is an audio drama and there are 5 to 7 characters. So dynamic microphones are set up for professional multi-people recording purposes. And we have the large diaphragm condenser microphone, which is called the condenser microphone. These mics are often used in music studios to record singers and instruments because they have very detailed and minute and lively sound, which is of middle and upper frequencies. So they are all used to create rich and textured sounding voiceovers. So regarding the mics, there are a lot of that variance, like you have USB microphone, dynamic microphone, and condenser microphone. Now, what are the pros and cons of USB microphones? Let's explore that. And talking about the pros, a USB microphone connects to a computer through a standard USB port, and you can record directly into a computer without the need for additional equipment. They are less expensive and relatively affordable, so you can choose it for some time. For the time being, you can have a USB microphone. What are the cons? What are the negatives of these? While it's possible for a computer to recognize more than one USB microphone at a time, setting it up can be potentially very difficult. It could access or it could even not access. Sometimes it could recognize, sometimes it would go unrecognized. So there are some difficulties in accessing these kind of USB portable microphones, which are little hindrances sometimes. Most USB microphones are dependent on a computer for operation. So they're not as versatile as regular microphones. If your ultimate goal is to record the best sounding voiceover possible, then this wouldn't suit. You understand? So if you find that the microphone are going to be the best thing, my mic is going to be the best thing for my voice, it's better to go to a professional studio. So these are the basic things of a mic. And what are the pros and cons of a dynamic broadcast mics? Let's explore that. The pros, I would say, dynamic broadcasting microphones are, as I said earlier, they sound very warm, and when it comes to plosive sounds, the P sounds, the pop sounds, the S sounds, that's the hiss sounds, they are a little easy to work with. It could easily cut off these kind of, these are a little easier to work with because the compared to diaphragm condenser mics, because they do their own kind of voiceover gimmicks and sounding gimmicks. These are some kind of little easier to work with. So when compared to condenser mics, and they don't require phantom power to operate. Now, what's that phantom power? I'll talk about this a little later. And the phantom power could be the extra voltage that is required to access the current which is required for the mics to function inside a system or inside your laptop or your phone. You need to have an extra push, the phantom power they would say. They would say it's called as a phantom power. Phantom power, yeah. And the cost. The cost of a dynamic broadcast microphone, what is that? Even though they have a nice warm sound, dynamic broadcast mics lack a little detail in the upper mids and high frequencies. Additional equipment is required to use them with computer. So that's the negative side of the dynamic mic. Now, what are the pros and cons of a condenser mic? Now, the pros are condenser mics have a very detailed response while sounding the upper frequencies. If you control your room ambience and use proper recording technique, you can capture the highest quality of sound using one of these mics. And the cons, what would say? And talking about the cons, the ultra-sensitive capsule in a large condenser mic is more susceptible to capturing unwanted plosives and vibration noises. Here too, additional equipment is required to use them with a computer. They require phantom power to operate. You need to have an extra source to boost up the power. Now coming to phantom power. Some mics require an extra power of electricity in order to operate. This little flow of electricity is called phantom power. It's a feature that's commonly found on computer audio interfaces. Using phantom power isn't complicated, and you shouldn't be intimidated by it. Alright then, that's about this in this snippet, and I'll catch you in yet another interesting snippet. Take care. Bye-bye.